Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with a topic, socio-economic impacts of drug abuse or substance abuse. It is found in +3 third semester ethics and value paper, and the name of the paper is substance abuse. But before I discuss socio-economic impacts of drug abuse or substance abuse, I want to inform my viewers that the name of my channel is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. Remember, where you will find more than 500 videos which are related to +2 first year political science to +2 second year political science, +3 first semester political honors to 6th semester political honors, many videos of environmental studies, general elective and ethics and values of +3 first semester, and many videos of ethics and values, general elective of +3 second semester, and some videos of ethics and values of +3 third semester. I request my viewers that if you have subscribed my channel, it is all right, so that you will get benefit. And those of your friends who are in above classes, aware them about this channel, so some students will be benefited. I request my viewers, never hesitate to give help to anybody. To give help to anybody is a quality which distinguishes human beings from non-human beings. And I request my viewers that any video you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in YouTube. You will get both the Odia and English video. Let us start. Socio-economic impacts of drug abuse or substance abuse. Means if drug will be taken, then what impacts it has on society, its social impacts, its economic impacts. Let us start. Drug abuse or substance abuse is a major problem of world. Today there is no part of the world which is free from drug abuse. India is not an exception. In India, on the basis of a report of 2012, in every 1 lakh people, 250 are drug addicted. On the basis of a report of 2019, 2.26 crores are using opiums, 3.1 crore are using cannabis, and suicidal case for drug is 7,860 in 2019. Again, 16 crore people are using alcohol in India in between the age 10 to 75, and the male-female rate, and the male-female rate is 17:1. So what is a drug abuse? Drug abuse means whenever a person will take drug without consulting the doctor for non-medicinal purpose, and there is more frequency in taking drugs and more quantity in taking drugs, it is known as the drug abuse. And drug abuse is a major problem of the world. No part of the world is free from drug addiction. India is not an exception. In India also, drug addiction or drug abuse, substance abuse is a major problem. And in India, on the basis of the report 2019, out of 1 lakh people, 250 people are drug addicted. Again, this is on the basis of the 2012 report. On the basis of 2012 report, in every 1 lakh people, 250 are drug addicted. Again, on the basis of a report of 2019, 2.26 people are using opiums. 3.1 crore, 2.26 crore are taking opiums, 3.1 crore are taking cannabis, and suicidal case due to drug is 7,860 in 2019. Again, out of total population, 16 crore people are taking alcohol in between the age 10 to 75. And the male-female ratio of taking alcohol is 17:1. It means out of every 17 male, one female is taking drug. So, drug abuse or substance abuse is a major problem. Now discuss what are its social impacts and economic impacts. Number one. Now we'll discuss socio-economic impacts of drug abuse. Number one, social impacts. Drug abuse or drug addiction, what impacts it has on society. What its social impacts. Then we'll discuss what are its economic impacts. So what are its social impacts? Number one, impact of drug on family and community. Drug addiction in the family disturbs family harmony. If one will take drug, it will create disturbance in the family. Number two, it breaks family bondage or relation among family members. It makes family relations loose. Number three, when elders will be drug addicted, youngers will feel it as accepted behavior, and when youngers will be drug addicted, elders cannot face their abnormal behavior. If elders will take drugs, it will have its impacts on the youngers. Youngers will think that it is not bad. If youngers will take drug, it is very difficult on the part of elders to face their abnormal behavior. 4. Children develop fearness. When elders will be drug addicted, whenever elders will take drugs, children will be fearful. 5. It leads to physical assault or attack when there is prevention to use drug. Whenever a person is using drug and he will be prevented, he will become violent. He will become violent and he may attack anybody who will prevent him to take drug. 6. It affects child development because addicted persons diverge from core responsibility like neglect to their health, education, nutrition, future, etc. Whenever elders will be drug addicted, then they will not have responsibility for their children's education, children's nutrition, children's development. So children will be neglected. Then by drug addiction, by this family stress will be high. If there will be drug addiction, if within the family some people will take drug, there will be high tension in the family. It leads to criminal activities. Whenever in a family some persons will be drug addicted, they will show criminal activities. They may attack to anybody. It leads to school dropout. If children will take drugs, they will not go to school. Then it leads to loss of jobs due to poor performance which strikes family financial condition. If somebody will take drugs in the family, he will lose his job due to his poor performance. And if he will lose his job, then there will be financial problem within the family. So these are the impact of drug on family and community. Number 2, impact of drug abuse on health. What drug abuse impact on health? Drug abuse affects immune system and makes it low. It affects immune system and it will make it low. It leads to ill health. Number 3, it affects both body and mind and create mental and physical illness. Drug affects both body and mind. It will create physical and mental illness. Then continuous use of drugs damage brain cells. If a person will use drug continuously, it will damage his brain cells. Then it leads to abnormal behavior. Whenever a person will take drug, he will show abnormal behavior. It affects central nervous system and cognitive function of brain. If a person will take drugs, it will affect his central nervous system, and cognitive function of the brain. Brain cognitive function means brain will lose memory, and there will be unconsciousness. So these are the impact of drug on health. Now we'll see impact of drug on education. What drug addiction's impact on education? Drug abusers will become irregular in school and colleges. If children will take drugs, they will become irregular in school and colleges. Number two, they lose concentration and learning ability. They will not have concentration. They will not have interest to learn. Then it affects their performance in education. They will not show better performance if they will take drugs. As the cost of drug is very high, it affects education of children. To obtain drug, education of children is sacrificed. Whenever elders will take drugs, they will purchase drugs on high price. By this, the education of children will be sacrificed, because elders will purchase at any cost drugs by giving money. If they will give money for drugs, then they will not have money for children's education. So these are the impact of drug abuse on education. Now see, impact of drug on crime. Crimes are committed by drug abuser to obtain drug. Impact of drug on crime. What impact drug addiction has on crime? If a person will take drug, then he will show criminal activity if anybody will prevent him to use drug. Crime are committed by drug abusers to obtain drug. Drug abusers will commit crime to obtain drugs. Number two, crimes are committed by drug suppliers. Drug suppliers also will commit crime because they will supply drugs at any cost. For this, if necessary, they will commit crime. Crimes are made by drug businessmen to control their business. To control their business, drug businessmen will control crime because they will try to make their business at any cost. Finally, crimes are committed by illegal manufacturers. Illegal manufacturers will commit crime for their business because they will manufacture the drug at any cost. Then, impact of drug on work. What impact it has on work? Drug users are removed from jobs. It leads to their unemployment. So, what impact drug abusers on drug? Whenever laborers or persons who are engaged in a factory or office, they will use drug, they will be removed. If they will be removed, it leads to unemployment. It leads to indiscipline. If persons will take drug, they will create indiscipline in the working place. Number four, it affects productivity because drug users will not work sincerely. If drug users will not work sincerely, it will affect their performance. Then losing of jobs lead to their tension and reduce their lifespan. Whenever drug addicted persons will be removed from the job, there will be tension in them, and by this their lifespan will come down. So these are the then impact on environment. For drug production, drug related plants farming is made. For drug production, drug related plants farming is made by destroying forests, by traditional slash and burn system. For the production of drugs, drug related plants farming is made by clearing forest, by traditional slash and burn system. They will burn the forest. If forest will be burned, environment will be polluted. Number two, after drug production, toxic wastes, remainings, are not scientifically disposed. Mostly untreated toxic wastes is released into the atmosphere. After the production, toxic wastes are left. They are not scientifically disposed. So, poisonous elements is released from them to the environment. Mostly untreated toxic wastes is released into the environment. These are the impact of drugs on environment. Then, 2 points are left. Loss of the character. Drug abusers are identified as the drunkard or drug addicted. So people will stay away from them. Whenever people will take drug, people will not mix with them. They will remain away from them. They will not be regarded as social persons. Then, loss of family tie. It leads to lose family tie. Family members try to detach them from drug abusers. So these are the social impacts of drugs. Then I will see economic impact of drugs. What economic impact of drug abuse? Number one, impact of drug on public safety. Impact of drug on public safety. Due to use of drug, road accidents are made. Accidents are also due to addicted pedestrians, those who are walking. In home, addicted persons damage valuables. It leads to high economic loss for family, state and society, because addicted persons will damage property of family as well as society. So it will be a loss for family, society and state. Number two, there is cost for maintenance of safety measures. Government will have to take various safety measures. It is the economic loss. Like there is cost in formulation and implementation of policy, steps to prevent drug supply, controlling of drug traders, development of safety protocols. For this, government will have to invest a lot. If government will invest a lot for this, then other area of the society will be neglected. Number two, impact of drug on governance. To control drug abusers, government takes various steps. Drug abusers treatment, government will give treatment to drug abusers. Rehabilitation center, government will have to establish a rehabilitation center. 3, poor and unhealthy workforce. If people will be drug addicted, then the country's workforce will be weak and unhealthy. Then protecting people, government will have to take steps to protect people from drug addicted persons. Then counseling center will be established by government to advise people not to use drug. Then drug abuse database preparation, government will have to prepare drug abuse data. It will have to spend money. Then absentee in workplace, if people will be drug addicted, they will not go to workplace continuously, they will remain absent, so it will be a loss. Then training of professionals, in order to advise people not to take drug, some people will have to give training for professional. For this also government will have to spend money. Then impact of drug on medicine treatment. Impact of drug on medical treatment by government. Government will have to give medical treatment to drug addicted persons. For this government will have to spend some money. Government bears medical expenses for drug addicted persons. Drug have long-term physical effect and short-term physical effect. If a person will take drug, it will have long-term effect, short-term effect. In the long-term effect will include changes in body part coordination. Among the body part, there will not be coordination. Changes in body appearance, digestive problem, and weak immune system. These are the long-term effect. What are the short-term effect of taking drug? Nausea, not interest to work, laziness, then dry mouth, mouth will become dry, headache, continuous headache will be there, then itching, there will be itching in the body, abdominal pain, there will be pain in the abdominal pain, abdomen. Then drug addiction has mental effects. There will be anxiety, there will be tension in a person who is taking drug. Then irritability, will become irritable, he will become angry easily. Then restlessness, there will be restlessness in the drug-addicted persons. Violent behavior, they will also violent behavior. Then lack of sleep, they will not have better sleep. Finally, there will be more loss. So in this video we have discussed impacts of drugs on drugs, social and economic impacts. So what social impacts and economic impacts drugs have. So I request my viewers, mainly plus 3 third semester, to watch the whiteboard and to listen me so that this video will be helpful. Thank you. Have a good day.